22nd of November 1963, Dallas, Texas. A smiling American president sits in an open-top limousine. Around him, thousands cheer. But within seconds, celebration turns into chaos. President John F. Kennedy is struck down in broad daylight, and from that moment, one question begins haunting history. Was JFK killed by one man, or was the truth buried by a conspiracy? This is Hidden Verdict: controversies, mysteries, untold stories. Kennedy had arrived in Texas for a political visit. It was supposed to be routine, a public appearance, a motorcade, a show of confidence. But at 12:30 p.m., as his car passed through Dealey Plaza, shots rang out. The first shot created confusion, the second created panic, the third changed history. Kennedy was rushed to Parkland Hospital. Minutes later, America heard the announcement no one was ready for. President John F. Kennedy was dead. Within hours, police arrested Lee Harvey Oswald, a former U.S. Marine who worked at the Texas School Book Depository. Investigators said the shots came from that building, but Oswald denied everything. His words became legendary: "I'm just a patsy." Before Oswald could stand trial, before the world could hear his full story, nightclub owner Jack Ruby stepped forward and shot him dead on live television. The accused assassin was gone. The trial never happened, and the silence around him became louder than any confession. The Warren Commission concluded that Oswald acted alone. According to the official version, he fired from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository. No second shooter, no hidden mastermind. But the public was not convinced. How could one man fire so accurately, so quickly? Why was Oswald killed before trial? Why did Jack Ruby silence the accused assassin? And why were so many government files kept classified for decades? Many witnesses believed they heard shots from the Grassy Knoll. Some ran toward it. Some claimed they saw smoke. To conspiracy researchers, the Grassy Knoll became a symbol, the possibility that Oswald was not alone. Years later, the House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded Kennedy was probably assassinated as a result of a conspiracy, though it did not definitively identify who was behind it. That conclusion kept the mystery alive. The CIA theory remains one of the most sensitive parts of the JFK case. Kennedy's presidency was tied to the Cold War. Cuba, the Soviet Union, the Bay of Pigs, Fidel Castro, covert operations, and secret intelligence programs. Oswald himself had a strange background. He had lived in the Soviet Union. He had visited Mexico City. He had contacts that investigators examined closely. So the question became, did intelligence agencies know more about Oswald than they admitted? Then comes another dark theory: the Mafia. In the early 1960s, organized crime was powerful in America. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy was aggressively targeting Mafia operations. Mafia bosses had motive, money, and reach. And then there was Jack Ruby, the nightclub owner who killed Oswald. Ruby had connections that made researchers suspicious. Was it anger? Was it impulse? Or was it an order? No court ever proved a Mafia plot, but the theory remains one of the most dramatic possibilities in the case. For decades, JFK assassination records became a mystery of their own. If Oswald acted alone, why were files still classified? Why did government agencies keep so many pages hidden? The official answer involved national security and intelligence sources. But to the public, every redaction looked like a locked door. And behind every locked door, people imagined a secret. The JFK assassination is not only about who pulled the trigger, it is about trust. Trust in government, trust in investigations, trust in what the public is told. For some, the answer is clear: Oswald acted alone. For others, the official story feels too neat. A president killed, a suspect arrested, the suspect silenced, witnesses confused, agencies secretive, and files hidden for decades. Maybe the truth is exactly what the Warren Commission said. Maybe Oswald acted alone. Or maybe, somewhere inside the files, the witnesses, the mistakes, and the silence, there is another story. A story hidden not in what was said, but in what was never fully explained. This was Hidden Verdict. Do you believe JFK was killed by one shooter, or was there a conspiracy behind the assassination? Write your verdict in the comments. Hidden Verdict: controversies, mysteries, untold stories.